Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosie and welcome. So backstory, my husband and I are doing embryo freezing. I'm not sure what episode this is now, but we're going to go ahead and do some blood tests. We're going to a, what's it called, ultrasound? Something in Heathrow, so it's just by Heathrow Airport. So even though it's early, we're giving ourselves an hour to get there. So we've got the first appointment at 9:30, we're going to leave at 8:30, even though it should take about half an hour. So we're kind of just preparing ourselves. We'll take our Kindles and just sit and read if we're there like super early. But I just thought I'd say hi and welcome to the vlog. And I also want to show you the amount of blood they're taking from me versus Jeremy, my husband. So if I show you Jeremy's, his is in a smaller packet. So for him, he's just got one blood thing, like one vial of blood to donate, and then they also send so we're going with Apricity, by the way. They also send the needles and like the whole kit that the doctor's surgery will need to be able to do it, so we're not using any of their equipment. Apricity sends this to us. So Jeremy's getting one blood test, whereas then if you look at mine, they did also send a big piece of paper, I'm going to try and cover the top, with all the kind of things that they're testing for, and they've marked off the ones that I need, and the same for Jeremy. But for me, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got to do 9 blood tests, and then I've also got a pot, which I think is going to be for urine, and then a needle kit as well in there. So Jeremy's giving 1 and I'm giving 9, so that's just a little bit of information for you. But yeah, so we're going to head off very, very soon. I'll probably show you a little bit of that. So yeah, let's get going. Okay, so we've just pulled up at 8:40, so it literally did take half an hour like it said it would. So we're here like 50 minutes early, but I think we're going to go for a little walk round. There was a cute little bakery that I might take a photograph of and show you that, and yeah, just explore the area a little bit just because we're here super early. We also found parking just around the corner that's free for 2 hours, which is brilliant. So it's good to know for like any future appointments, because I think this is going to be the place where we're going to come for any ultrasounds and blood tests when we're doing the actual treatment. So it's good to know that like there's parking here and we know where we're going. So yeah, let's go and explore. So this is where the appointment's going to be. It's closed at the minute, it opens at 9, but that's where we'll be going. And this is the cute bakery I was telling you about, the Jolly Baker. I think that is so cute. It's so English. Oh my goodness. They're hiring lots of people. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Wow. This is such a typical English bakery. They've got Halloween things like dinosaurs and skulls and pumpkins, but they've also got like cherry bakewell tarts, eggs, donuts. It looks so good. So this is like a small English high street where you've got like pharmacists, charities, dentists, that kind of thing, and then a statue, I'm not sure who that is. We've also got hairdressers, nail salons, opticians. Okay, so it's about 9:05. My appointment is at 9:30, then Joey was at 9:40, but we're going to go in and see if we can get a scene beforehand, like if somebody doesn't show up or something. I'm also desperate for a wee because we've been drinking a lot of water, haven't we? To make sure that I've got enough for a wee sample, but also so that we've got water in our blood. So we've been drinking a lot of water. So we're going to go in now and I'll chat to you afterwards. Okay, so we've just finished at the phlebotomist doing the bloods, and he was brilliant. He was such a good guy. He was so fun and welcoming and like making us giggle and all the rest of it. So we actually had a good time in there, like giggling with him. But Jeremy had 1 blood thing, which was easy, and then I had 9, which he was like, I think this is the most I've ever done. And he was like, are you good at giving blood? And I was like, no, not really, not usually. And he was like, oh, okay, but you're not a fainter. I was like, yeah, I'm a fainter. And he was like, oh god. But actually I did really well, and he did really well as well. So as we were doing the first arm, to get the first like 3.5 bottles I think he got from one arm, he was asking me to like wave my arms about, so I was like waving my arms and kicking my feet and like having a bit of a party to myself, and he was saying that was helping. Okay. There he is, just walked past. And then with the other arm, before we started, I was like, should I do some like jumping jacks and like jump around a bit? And he was like, I mean, if you want to, I'm not going to ask you to, but if you want to. And I was like, well, if it will help, yeah. So I started like running on the spot and jumping around, wasn't I, like trying to get my blood going basically, and then that worked really well. So you got the last 6 from the other arm.
Which were much smaller?
There were smaller ones, yeah, but yeah, it was good. So anyway, sat there for a minute after doing all that, and he was like, there's a lot of blood that I've just taken, so make sure you're all right, and and as I stood up I was like, oh, sat back down again, because I was like, I feel a bit faint. So I sat down a couple more minutes, and actually now I'm fine, so I'm the one driving back, but I think it'll be fine. I feel alright now. I think if I forget about it, I'm alright, but if I think about it, I'm like, ooh, that's gross, I'm going to faint. So I just got to not think about it, maybe put some tunes on for the way home and have a good sing-song, and then I'll be fine. But yeah, gonna head home now. I also want to show you the medication that arrived, because that arrived last week when we were in Albania. I kind of want to show you what we got and how big it is and how much it is, and also open it just to have a look, because I've not really looked inside. So I might do that when we get back as well, so you can have a bit, you know, 2 in 1 today. Anyway, let's get driving home. Okay, so I've been back home for a couple of hours now, and I thought I would show you the medication that I received whilst I was in Albania. So we have 2 boxes. This, I'm going to show you, this big one, which I think is all the needles and things like that. And then the medicine is actually in the fridge. It had to go straight in the fridge, so luckily my brother was here when it arrived. But I haven't looked in this yet, and I'm a bit nervous to see what's going to be in there, like how many needles. And okay, so as I open this up, this is what it looks like. So there's packaging in there, which is good. Oh no. Okay. This is to say how much of the medicines that I've received. Fyremadel, menopur, trigger kit. Ooh, no, gross. So I'm not going to read through everything right now. I just kind of wanted to see what was actually in here and show you guys. So I've got a bag. Okay, I don't know if that's exciting or not. What's in here? Oh God, this is scary stuff. So this is how to prepare and administer menopur, 600 IU and 1200 IU. Oh, fudge. No, I don't want to read all that. We've got a meeting next Monday with the nurse who's going to talk us through all of this. So until I've spoken to her, like I'll look at this if I'm not sure once I've spoken to her. And then that, okay, so that's to put in sharps. So that's to put the needles in once you've finished with them, so you don't put them in the normal bin. And this bag, I'm not really sure what this bag is for, to be honest. It's kind of got 2, it's like a small, you know, like a football trainer bag. My brothers used to have them when they were kids. It's kind of like that. So I'm going to put the sharps thing back in there. And then the leaflet back in there as well. And then what have we got this side? Okay, so on this side I have got buserelin, something like that, which is solution for injection vials. Oh God, I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of this means. I don't want to do this. I can't believe they let you inject you at home, like inject yourself at home. That just sounds insane to me. Okay, no idea what this is, but I got that. I also got this. Ah, this is the trigger kit. This is the one. Okay, so that burslin, that's the trigger that I have to do at the end. We've got a needle. I'm sorry if you're not a needles kind, I mean, I'm not a needles kind of person either. I don't know what that is. And then that one surely can't be going in my skin because that is huge. Like there's a small one and there's a big one. Let me show you. So I'm hoping the small one, the yellow one, is the one that they actually use, well, that I'm actually going to use, because that pink one is huge. Anyway, I'm going to put all that away, nice and tidy. And then this, I'm not sure what this is. Solution for injection in pre-filled syringe. Okay. Inject 1 pre-filled syringe once daily in the morning as directed. Okay, that's good, because I've seen people that do it where like they have to put the liquid in themselves, which I think that other one I'm going to have to do. But if it's already Okay, and then in here, we've got 5 little boxes, and I'm gonna just open one to see what it is. Solution for injection in pre-filled syringe. Oh God, you might be able to hear Jeremy on the phone, by the way, I'm sorry about that. Oh no, okay. Surely that's supposed to be in the fridge. I don't know. This is like syringe and some paperwork. So I'm not going to open any of this because I don't want to like lose anything or put it in the wrong place. So there's 5 in there. So I've got 10 of those. So whatever that is, I've got 10 of them. Brilliant. And then I'm now going to go and have a look at what is in the fridge. Now it's supposed to stay in the fridge, so I will be super quick to open it and like have a quick look and then stick it back in again. But they said keep it in the keep it in the middle of the fridge and not touching the back or sides, I guess because it gets too cold at the back and sides. So I'm going to go and have a look. I'll go and grab that and then we'll have a look together. So that's got to go back in there. Okay, that's number 1. And then this is what arrived to go in the fridge. So this is quite a big box. This has been sat in the fridge since, well, since they got it last week when I was in Albania. Okay, this is menopur 600, highly purified monotrophin, powder and solvent for solution for injection. For multiple injections, I don't know. So this is that one. Oh, that's a bigger box. Oh, that's, okay, so we've got 600 and we've got 1200. So I don't know what any of this means for now, to be honest. We've got another 1200 and then we've got another 1200. So I've got 4 boxes of 3 boxes, sorry. Whoop, whoop. No, I probably shouldn't do that. I've got 3 boxes of 1200 and then 1 box of 600. So I'm just going to open one of these really quickly to see what is in there, because I probably should know before the meeting on Monday, because she'll be like, have you had a look? And I'll be like, nope, don't want to do it. So let's see what's in here. Oh my God, this makes me queasy even thinking about it. Oh my God, how gross. Okay, so there is an instructions manual. I'm not going to look at that. Oh my God, that's huge. Okay, I don't know, this. So there's like 2 medicines, whatever that is, like a small tube and then a needle. Maybe you can see better from that side. So there's that, and then this box. And in this box is syringes. What are these? It doesn't say. This is a syringe, 1 milliliter with fixed needle tube. Oh my God, what the heck do you do with that and that? I have no idea. But okay, so in there, there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, I think. 18 of those in there. So I've got syringes in this box, which was in there, and then this kit, and then I've got 3 of these and then 1 of these, and I guess that's just going to have a lower dosage in this. I don't know. Right, I've quickly looked in there. I'm going to put it all back in again and put it back in the fridge because I don't want to get in trouble for like getting it out of the fridge and ruining the medication or anything. So I'm going to pop that all back in again. Okay, so that's the medication things that arrived for me. If you haven't watched any of my previous videos, by the way, I'm doing embryo freezing with my husband. We're using Apricity, which is a company in England, and then we're using King's Fertility for additional testing. And I'm due to start in about a week and a half. Oh God, yeah. So it's now the 26th, so I am due on my period about the 6th or 7th of November, and that's when I'll do my first scan, my first injections, things like that. So next Monday, so it's now Wednesday, next Monday we have an appointment with a nurse and she's going to talk to me about how to do the injections. So I'm terrified I'm not great with injections. I used to be really bad. I'm not that bad anymore, but I'm not good. You know, I'm not someone who's just fine. I do get scared, so I'm a little bit nervous about that, but needs must, it has to happen. So whatever, just, you know, just go with it. I think the first one I'm actually going to be terrified for, and then I think I'll get used to it and then be like, okay, this is fine. But I think that first one is going to be scary. But yeah, I'll be back on Monday to talk to you about the appointment with her on Monday. So yeah, I'll speak to you then. Hi guys, so we are about to have our meeting with the nurse about the injections. I'm so nervous because I haven't thought about the injections yet, even though it's going to be happening in like a week. I still can't think about it because I'm terrified, but we're about to talk to her anyway, so I'll talk to you afterwards and let you know the lowdown on what she says. But I'm so nervous, like the thought of injecting myself gives me the heebie-jeebies and gives me a sore tummy and like I feel sick. So that's fun. Anyway, I'll chat to you in a minute. Okay, so we've just had the meeting and it went really, really well. She's really nice, isn't she? Mm-hmm. She's a super nice woman. So she kind of talked to us about our blood results. So obviously you would have seen that earlier this video. I think I'm joining all this together. Where we went in and did all those blood vials. I did 9 different ones, did that whole thing. And she said, okay, well, so we've got Jeremy's report back. The HIV, the hepatitis B and C and something else is all fine. And then for me, all of that came back fine. But there was some confusion because she was a bit like, okay, so we haven't got the results back from the donor testing that I did. And then she was a bit like, oh, well, apparently you can't do donor testing from the home kits. You have to go and see someone in person. So we were like, well, we did go in person and I gave 9 vials. And then luckily I vlogged all this. So we checked my vlog and we like showed her a screenshot of like me with my 9 vials of empty blood things that I showed you guys. And also the paper with all the ticks on it. You could see which ones, like Jeremy had like paused it and zoomed in and found all the things that I'd tested for. So it wasn't just like the HIV and the hepatitis B and things like that. So we were like, we definitely think we've done it all. But she said, okay, it might just take a week longer to get the results back. But she said there's another couple that are also going through it, and apparently they can start treatment even though they haven't got the results back from this blood test, because the bloods can take 4 to 6 weeks to get them back. Yeah. So she was a bit like, I can't just say, yes, you can start next week. She's going to have to verify, because she doesn't want me to go through this whole process and then get to egg collection and then actually be like, oh no, we can't do that because we didn't get the results back in time, if that makes sense. So fingers crossed we can start next week and that's all fine. I said to her, if we do need to go in for any more bloods, I'm off this week. Like, we work from home and things. We can go in if we need to do more bloods, that's fine. But we've obviously done them already. It's just a case of getting the results back. So some confusion there, but anyway, we cleared it up, I think. And then she talked to us about the medications. So I have looked at them. I don't know if this is in this vlog or another one, but I've opened them up and I was a bit like, oh my God, this is scary. Put it all away again. And actually, I feel okay about it now. Like, she made me feel really calm and like I know what I'm doing. So with the menopur, you get 2 vials of water and 1 thing of powder and a needle. And you've got to basically transfer the water from the liquids into the powder. And then from there, you then get your needle and put it in and take out the amount that you need. You can either put it in your leg or your tummy. I think I'll do tummy. I was saying I was nervous about mixing it all up because it's a lot of kind of things to remember and figure out. But now that but after she's explained it all, I think I feel okay about that actually. I am nervous about injecting myself, but she was just like, you'll be fine. So I feel okay about that as well. And then I said, I think the other thing is like, if I feel the cold going in, or if I like feel, do you know when you get a COVID jab, you can like feel the weight of it in your arm? That just makes me feel woozy and fainty. So if I can feel it in my tummy, I think I'll feel unwell. But if it's one of those injections where you don't really feel the liquid in there, I might be okay. And she sort of asked what our plan was in terms of who's administering it. So I said, I'd like to try and do it myself so that I'm in control and I know how far it's going and I can push it in as fast or as slow as I want to and all the rest of it. So we'll try that. Obviously, I'm going to vlog it, but otherwise we'll see if Jeremy can do it or someone else. But I do want to try and do it myself. So she said that once you've made up the liquid for the menopur, you can keep it out of the fridge. So keep it in a cupboard, like out of direct sunlight, away from radiators, that kind of thing. And then I do the menopur every evening. She said choose a time like 9 p.m. No, she said before 9 p.m. So choose a time like 7 or 8 p.m. and do it at the same time every day. So you have a little bit of leeway, but try and get it pretty much on the dot. Do that for 5 days. And then she talked to me about fyremadel. Fyremadel?
Something.
Fyremadel, I don't know how you say it. This one. This word. And she...
Don't be in the fridge.
No, that one's not in the fridge, just the other one. So she showed me how to do that one, and that one, I don't remember already.
It's just already.
It's just already?
Yeah. Just take it out.
Oh, just take it out and inject it in. And that one's going to be from day 5 in the mornings. And she said this one you kind of have to be a bit more strict. So she said before 9 a.m. So probably do like 8 a.m. but do the same time every day. So that one's a little bit more strict in terms of when you put it in. And then the trigger shot she showed me. I said to her, like, oh my God, I've heard terrible things. But I think I remembered, I watched some people doing IVF, but in America they get like a liquid, like an oil injection in their bum, and it's huge. I think that's what I've seen, whereas this is a tiny needle and it's in my tummy again, so I think it's actually going to be fine. But there was 2 needles in there, one that was fucking thick and gnarly, and the other one was like small and thin. So when I saw it, I was like, nope, can't do that. I thought it was going in my bum. I thought it was going to be the big fat one. She was like, no, it's a small tiny one in your tummy. And I was like, oh, okay. So I actually feel way better about the whole process now that she's spoken to me. And she was saying that with a trigger shot, you kind of have to get it on the day and the time that they say. So it might be like 9 p.m. and you have to do it at 9 p.m. because that's when they'll do the egg extraction 36 hours later. She said there's different side effects. So with some of them, I might get a red mark around the injection site. But not to worry, I might get headaches and moodiness because I'm going to have loads of hormones. I was like, Jeremy's just got to sit quiet and let me get on with it. So she was kind of listing some of the side effects, but she was like, honestly, I think you'll be fine. You might be a bit tired, you might be a bit moody, but otherwise, that's it. And she said with the trigger shot, you might feel some movement in your ovaries because obviously you've been growing them quite big and then now your body's telling you to release them. So you might feel some like movement, I think she said, didn't she? Not cramping, but
Yeah.
so yeah, it was a good call. I enjoyed that. I'm kind of excited now. I'm like, yeah, let's get going with it. Let's do it. We can do this. Maybe I need her to pump me up for the first one.
Yeah.
What's her name? Sophie. Be like, Sophie, come on, pump me up for the first one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So we got a message on the Apricity app saying that her colleague reached out to the people that are testing the blood and they have confirmed that they got all the blood that they need and they are doing the tests. She's just reaching out to King's to find out if we can start treatment even though we don't have the results back from that yet. Something interesting, she said we're the only couple she's had in 10 years that said yes to doing the donor thing, isn't she?
Yeah, we're always the anomaly.
Why is nobody else donating their eggs to their partner though?
Oh.
Is that not? I don't know. It's weird that we're the only couple in 10 years that have said, yeah, we want to donate our eggs to the other person if anything happens.
Yeah, because I don't think most people freezing things are couples for a start. I'm pretty sure most people freezing are just...
Not embryos.
It can be donor. I'm pretty sure most of the time it's...
Yeah, I guess if I was freezing eggs as a single woman, I wouldn't donate them to anyone.
And I'm pretty sure most people, when they do that, they do IVF straight away. I think the amount of people that as a couple freeze embryo is probably very limited out of... Like the percentage of the client being like us, like freezing embryos. Like I might want a kid, but now it's probably very tiny.
Yeah, because we're freezing them
I think
maybe...
statistically it's just... Maybe she had, a very tiny amount of people just doing what we do and they happen not to do it.
Because we're freezing embryos to maybe use in a year or 2 or 5 or whatever, not even definitely. Yeah. Whereas I guess most people do IVF, implant straight away, and they just save them and don't even think about the consequences of like...
I mean, they have to decide that anyway, but they probably don't think that anything is going to happen, so they don't do it.
I mean, we're experienced at life. We know that shit goes down, so
we're always the anomaly anyway.
We are prepared for every...
Like
we are prepared for every eventuality, every scenario. We are covered. So that was interesting. Anyway, blabbering on now. So they have got the bloods. They've got the right bloods. We just need to know from King's if we can go ahead and do treatment this weekend, next week, basically, or not. So fingers crossed that we can, because otherwise we'll be hanging around for another month or 2. She said it could take 4 to 6 weeks. So keep your fingers crossed for us, even though when you're watching this, we've already done it. All right, I'll let you know when we hear back.